and you'll get a
No
notification.
problem, no problem. No problem. So yeah, so put your questions in the Q&A. There's already a couple in there. Fantastic. We're going to answer them in the order they were received. You can also, if you're joining us from Facebook too, you can ask your question on Facebook. We'll also be trying to address questions both on Facebook and Zoom. So feel free and just add your question there. Welcome, Eli. Glad Eli's here. Robin, welcome. Sherry, welcome. And we'll get started, all right?
Okay, shall I pin this to the featured as well so that if anybody wants to join us, if you want to jump in and join us on Zoom, the link is just above the video there. So it would be great to see you if you're free, if you want to jump in. This is, of course, the implementation session. So if you are doing the homework and you're stuck with anything, if you're trying to get your funnel, like whatever it might be, this is the session. So we go quite quickly in these sessions. What I will do is I'll just scan through the questions. Lee's going to be keeping an eye as well. We will move as quickly as we can for the next hour, and then we'll take it from there. So Andrew, how to retrieve the domain that you accidentally clicked by domain. It's already registered and not paid for yet, but not by a domain to use for ClickFunnels. I'm not really sure. That sounds like something you may need to reach out to technical support about, because as soon as you click buy a domain, you've started the process. So even if you haven't paid for it, you've probably reserved it. But having said that, of course, with time, it will probably be released back out into the wild, maybe 72 hours. But if you want to kind of see what's happening, I would check with technical support. I bought a new domain yesterday around 2:45 p.m. Up till now, the system is busy adding SSL. And is it true the process can last 48 hours? Yes, and it's nothing to do, it's not a ClickFunnels thing, it's an internet thing. So if you go to any host like GoDaddy, Namecheap, they will say, look, you have to allow like 72 hours for things to update. So it's while it updates all over the internet. You may even find later today, you go back, I bought a domain on Monday for like 24 hours. I was like, what's going on? I'm not patient when it comes to domains, but then later that day it was fine. So keep checking. Of course, as you can imagine, there's probably a huge spike of people buying domains right now. Kirsten, how do I get my products into the product boxes? I can click on the card container, but I can't seem to find where to actually edit the names of products or add my products. So Kirsten, I will keep your question open so that if we get a chance to share screen, go into ClickFunnels, I'll be able to show you that. Arthur is asking, have you already started? Yes, we are now getting to it. Julia has a question regarding my lead magnet funnel. I want my download now button to open a PDF. With the button settings, what should I choose for the on-click button, and where do I upload my PDF for ClickFunnels? So Eli, I think we covered that. It was the day before yesterday, so day 2. In the replay there, you'll be able to see Eli walk through the steps for uploading. I will leave it open in case we get a chance to cover it. So before I continue, Lee, is there anything that you're seeing that needs us to cover? I'm so sorry.
Okay, I have to unmute. Yeah, everything is good on this end.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Okay, so are we good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay,
Eli's also helping out. Yeah, so we're good. Thank you.
Oh, great. Teamwork today.
Yeah.
So good to see you, Eli. Dave is asking, can funnels use different domains within a single workspace? Yes, they can. So yes is the answer there. You can add your domains. Theda, my niche is the gut microbiome and skin microbiome. Is a microbiome from a network marketing company and could not find scripts in the ScriptFunnel website. How should I incorporate the network marketing company with a funnel, and where can I find appropriate scripts? For network marketing, it's the same as any industry. Even though you're not like, somebody isn't going to give you the money for the product, you still need to know who is your ideal customer, what problems are they having, the lead magnet, what can you help? So even though eventually you want to make that sale via the network marketing company, you absolutely, day 1, day 2, yesterday, create your funnel and go and solve a problem for that person. And then the next step in the journey they're going to take with you is, they will go and buy the product from the network marketing site. And of course, hopefully that helps, but let us know if you've got any kind of follow-ups. Wendy, I'm behind but ready, exhausted. Yeah, this is a challenge. This is where lots of people might be hitting the wall, but we're here. We want you to the finish line is in sight. Imagine it's a marathon, right? We've been together the past 4 days now, like 3 days, today's day 4. And yeah, I think, oh, it's tiring, I'm doing the work, but the payoff, you've got a funnel that's almost ready to go. And after, like today, Russell is going to show you how to bring it all together. So hopefully in with the exhaustion is some excitement too. AM, how can I link this exercise to the Facebook group when I succeed to finish? We will absolutely be sharing with you how you can share your wins and the link so that we can celebrate with you. But that's not going to be, well, maybe it's today. Watch Russell's video later, watch it when he goes live, and let's take it from there. So, but we'll definitely give you the opportunity, because we don't want you to do all this work and not have a chance to say, hey, here's my finished thing. Valerie, do you need a running Facebook ad to attach the funnel to? Absolutely not. Your Facebook ad is just one way of bringing people to your funnel. You could bring people, I could send you an email with a link to my funnel. I could do a post on my Facebook profile and put a link to my funnel. So a Facebook ad is almost like putting fuel, right? You're making it faster. You're just like, okay, I want to get people coming to my funnel quickly. So I'll spend some money with Facebook or TikTok, if that's your thing, or any other platform to do it quickly. But it's not like, oh, I must do this. Okay. Mauricio, I think we did this as well. So Mauricio is asking about uploading a PDF file, trying to place a Google spreadsheet. I want it to be edited by the lead because it's a questionnaire. So that's kind of a couple of steps down the line than what we're doing right here. I will keep it open just by chance we get, let's say we go 15 minutes at the end and it's quiet, but I can't guarantee we will be able to answer it here simply because of the volume of questions right now. Okay, Emma. Oh, Emma from Singapore. Great to see you. Welcome. Always good to see people who've been in previous challenges as well. Julia, when I posted my lead magnet funnel in the Facebook group, my thumbnail for the magnet showed an X on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, there was generic ClickFunnels text. However, other people's thumbnails showed a nice little profile pic on the left. What am I missing? So it sounds like, Julia, your funnel is private. And I'm going to leave this open, but basically if you go into the settings and then in there, there's like live, it's going to be easier for me to show you. In fact, should I show that now? I think I probably should, shouldn't I? Okay, let's see. Let's go into ClickFunnels. I will just share my screen here and let me show you how you can get that to show that nice little thumbnail there. So if I just go here, okay, and then under settings, oops, it's just taking a moment to load. There we go. And then, oh, you see, this is how you can tell we're just getting used to it as well. Right, live and public, it is Sites and Funnels. All right, and then, okay, it is, I've been clicking around in here so much this week. So it's the 3 dots and then site settings, I hope. And then down here under the site settings, okay, here, site availability. So beside your theme, 3 dots, site availability, public or private. Go in there. My guess is that you currently have that set to private. Let us know if it's public, but yeah, 3 dots, site availability. Let me just check in with Lee as well. Anything that's coming up, Lee, that you would like to address?
It again. Yes, so there's a question by Tim, and Tim is asking, he would like to see how to convert a lead magnet or freebie into an asset for the funnel so that he can give it away. And I think I'd seen the question earlier where he had like a Word document and how to convert that into a PDF and then upload it into assets. So for the Word document, I think when you save it, when you actually go and save it, rather than save it regularly, you can click on Save As and then pick PDF, and then you can upload it to the asset. But it was literally just asking how to upload his PDF into assets and then get the link so that he can give it away as a lead magnet.
Okay, thanks, Lee. So what we'll do, because this has come up a few times, so let me show you, once you've got that PDF, where you can upload it in ClickFunnels. So this is for those that are asking, okay, I've got this ebook, I've got a PDF, something that you need to upload. So from your dashboard here on the left-hand side, you're going to click Settings. Okay, and now you'll notice we've got this submenu. And then about halfway down, My Assets. And then inside here, so you've got images, videos, downloads, audio and font. Now, when I did this yesterday, it wasn't, it didn't quite work for me. But if you were to go to downloads and then just add new from there, okay? Or you could upload it just to, well, I probably wouldn't upload it to another folder. Like to keep everything organized, but those are the steps to do it. Okay, let's see, let me go there. Todd, good morning. When I receive emails from my lead magnet, I would like to have other boxes to gather if they're a parent, coach, or athlete, and also what other sports they're involved with. My question is, if I gather the information, will it go in the contact section so that I can filter it out later and send certain emails to those groups? It absolutely will. You'll be able to filter, you'll be able to segment the contacts based on whether they are a parent, a coach, and so on. So you would do that in your lead magnet funnel by adding custom fields. We can cover that a bit later if we have time, but yes, it's certainly possible. Brian, when would we be able to contact coaches outside of the webinar hours? I am just stuck. So what I would recommend is, if you're stuck, maybe under one of our replays. So if you go in the guide section, you'll find that you can watch all the replays. You can tag us, like get our attention there, ask your question. We have implementation sessions every morning and every afternoon. So like Lee is going to be with you later on today. And what I would do is make maybe a list of what you're stuck with so that you can jump in and like 1, 2, 3, and we can certainly help you move forward, Brian. Okay, Victoria, what is the payment system? I think AI, payments AI. I filled out the application. How do I attach it to my cart? So as you know, it's global products. So you add a product and attached to that is, okay, how will people pay for that product? So as long as you've filled out the application, it's usually quite quick to get the approval. And then you can use Payments AI, you can plug Stripe in, PayPal, and so it works there. So we will be covering this as well a little bit later when we set up today, like wrapping everything together too. So hopefully that helps, Victoria. Of course, if you need more information on that or a walkthrough, we'll have other sessions where we'll be getting more into like the finer details of setting up your funnel and your products as well. Tendai, how do I get back boxes on my landing page when I hide them editing the theme? I want to get the announcement box back at the top of the page. There should be an undo button. I think the undo button has been everyone's savior. I'm pretty sure we've still got it in the editor. I will check in a moment here. I'm just very conscious we've got lots of questions coming through, so I want to answer as many as possible. Tendai, I'll leave yours open so that when we go into the editor, that's kind of what I will be doing there. Kelly, can I create a course bundle in the course section? I'm sure it's possible. Yes, it's not something that we've covered yet in the challenge, but yes, it's something that you can do. Okay, Kelly, I'm wondering, how does a course look from the end user perspective, or is that a question for a later day? So it's something that we will cover either later today or tomorrow. But of course, looks from the end user, you've got all, when someone logs in, they're able to see, okay, these are my courses. These are the ones that I bought. These are the ones that I haven't yet bought. And then once they've logged in, they've got all their modules at the side and so on. So it's very user-friendly, very intuitive, but we haven't actually gone in there yet. So when we do, we'll walk you through it. Okay, Lee, just want to check in with you. Anything, or are we good in chat?
Yeah, so there was a question by Cindy, and she was asking, and this is about it, it's a theme question. Her dashboard doesn't have, it's not displaying her default theme correctly, and she just wanted to know how she can actually show the correct theme that's attached, and probably even how to even swap out different themes.
Okay, so this is something that does come up a lot. How can I switch between themes? So as you can see, right, I've got the Jane Doe theme. All I need to do, if I want to put in another theme, or maybe I've already, is explore new themes. Okay, and now these are the themes that are currently available. There will be more added, but let's say I want to use this one. Okay, I'm just going to click it, install new theme. Now, I think this is where it gets confusing, because it'd be like, hold on, where did I install that dark theme? Why is it still showing this old one? Now, props to Lee for showing us how to do this. Here's how I make that dark theme active. Underneath draft themes, okay, you'll see, view all themes. Okay, now these are all the themes that I have. So here's that dark theme at the top. All I need to do now, right, you'll see this is currently my live theme. All I need to do is come here and click the plus symbol. And now when I make this one my live theme, okay, you'll see here, and now when I go back, it's going to be the active theme there. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Again, if you have any questions, just let us know. Stephen, Dante has mentioned several times about using multiple workspaces. I try to open a second workspace and it says I may be charged for more than one. Can you speak to this? This is the three. So that would definitely be a customer support question. The pricing is not something that I think has been finalized for this. So speak to customer support, they'll be able to help you. And I know that Lee is doing a great job in chat of putting links there. So send them an email and they'll be able to clarify on that. Eric, do you know which browsers ClickFunnels 2.0 is optimized or focused on? I used Opera and I get a lot of code errors in the editor. So I would say it's the same for any builder. You're going to like Firefox, Chrome tend to be the most kind of user-friendly and work well with builders. Whenever you try to use like Safari or in your case, Opera, they're not really configured to work with builders as much as Chrome and Firefox are. So my advice would be try, maybe download Google Chrome. It's probably the most popular browser. So give it a go. Let us know how you get on. But I'm confident it will, you'll be able to go ahead with no problems. Okay. And then, okay, Lee, I can see that you're responding to Dodd about the password. So fantastic. Good morning, Karen. I do have a question about day one, how to change the color of all icons at once. I did it icon by icon, but I did not see icon in the style guide. But since there is a style guide, I expected that icons would be part of this. Jane Down, right. So yeah, the Facebook icons. That's a really good point, Karen. So what I think I might do, this is why we're still in beta, because feedback like that is what makes the platform the best it can be. So even if it's not possible at the moment, I will add it as feedback, and we'll see if there's a place that you can leave feedback to, because I think that is really useful feedback. I'm going to leave your question open. Just again, I'm hoping at the end of the session, we'll have some time, we can go into the editor and kind of dig around together for some of the questions. Mary, regarding email, can I link any email server to ClickFunnels for outbound emails? Mary, you do not need to link an outbound server. ClickFunnels 2.0 is good to go for sending emails. No more SMTP. And I think we need a t-shirt that says no more SMTP, because it's just so amazing. Wendy, how can I post my homework to the Facebook chat? It was question number 2, but hearing everything's about domains. Wendy, apologies if I missed your question. I'm going through in the order here, but it may be that there were some ahead of you. So I'll continue running through. Lee, if you could possibly keep an eye for Wendy's question as well, and then we'll make sure that we can address that. Dave, I have 2 domains on my account. However, I can't find how to set a different domain on a funnel within the same workspace. Can you show how? Dave, you're stretching me today. Honestly, it's not something that I've needed to do. So how to set a different domain on a funnel within the same workspace. I just want to be clear that I'm understanding the question. So if you've got 2 domains, and are you attaching them to the same funnel? Or yeah, Lee, can you see that question, and do you interpret it differently?
Two domains for the same funnel?
So the question is, I have 2 domains on my account. However, I can't find how to set a different domain on a funnel within the same workspace. So maybe it's
that's a great question. I haven't tested it yet. We could definitely test it out, and then I know typically when you're selecting a theme, especially for the different themes, you get to select the domain that you want. I'm just not sure if you can select a different domain just for the different funnels. I'm thinking you should, but I just haven't tested.
I'm pretty sure you can. Let's see. In fact, I've got my screen up here. Let's go ahead and put it to the test, because this is, so I've got the funnel. If I go to settings, and let's just see, or it may, so domain. Because I was thinking your funnel hub is probably going to be like adomain.com, and then of course you've got different funnels. So yes, there's the answer.
So yes, there you go. Yeah, fantastic.
Great question, Dave. I'm so glad we were able to work it out. So yes. Dario, my initial niche is for the employee retention credit. I'm just trying to create a funnel that will generate leads to the businesses wanting to use the service. I've already posted a funnel to the group. If anyone has any feedback, that would be appreciated. So Dario, I'm sure anybody that's watching the Zoom or watching the replay will be able to find you and give you feedback there. Stephen, how do we add a one-pager as a lead magnet? Is it just a link? Correct. So you would get the link to the lead magnet, link it up to the button on your thank you page, and then you're done. It's like the fastest lead magnet ever. Let's see. So Wendy, I can now see, want to use my funnel for my new business, struggling on posting homework. I want to be knowledgeable, need help. Can you demonstrate? So if you can just, and I'm sorry that I keep asking for the clarification, but if you could possibly clarify like which day's homework, whether it was posting your ad yesterday, if it was, in fact, because we've done 3 days. So if you're posting your homework yesterday, which was, okay, post your ad inside Facebook, just open up the Facebook group, go live, right? Do a video with your hook, your story, your offer. If it's day 2, okay, you did the lead funnel. So I've got my screen here. Okay, I could just get the link to my funnel and put that in the group. Okay, if it was day 1, I could just go there. Okay, and then for my theme, for my landing page, my funnel hub, I could get the link and then post that in the group. So day 1, you would use this link. Day 2, you would go to funnels and get the link that you're using there. And for yesterday, you would go live in the Facebook group. Okay, Wendy, I hope that helps, but if you have any questions or any follow-up, do let us know. Stephen, many people seem to be having difficulty with Payments AI. Will there be a training on that? If not in this challenge, I mean, I'm pretty sure, remember Russell's training today is not just bringing everything together, but you've got Lee this evening as well. So any questions that we don't get to, like I don't know if Lee will be covering Payments AI. I can see he's making notes there, but inside the help center. So we've got a whole area that's filled with help articles and documents and videos. So yes, there will be a training somewhere. And Stephen, I'm just going to make a note of your name so I can it sounds ominous, but I'm just going to make a note of your name so I can tag you and kind of say, here's the link to the help documents. Okay, so we can get you started faster. Okay, and since it's something that lots of people are asking about. Eli is letting us know that Edwin was asking, I tried to buy a .com and Namecheap is asking me to bid at least $199 for it. How do I negotiate and bid and secure the domain I want? You don't. Well, okay, here's the thing. Unless it's really worth $199 to you, otherwise, as you saw Russell do in the video, like if somebody already has that name, all you do is like, okay, the Russell Brunson official. I think he even went and bought like Rusty Brunson. So like no domain, unless it's like a really, really, you know, I can't even think of a reason that you would want to, Edwin, I would.
And plenty of times, it's sometimes even just waiting, right? Because it could be that the domain has just now gone into circulation and they're waiting for the ICANN database. The ICANN database is where like all domains are registered. So sometimes just waiting, you'll be able to actually get that domain, but you constantly have to check. You'll be able to get that domain at regular prices.
Yeah, good tip there. So keep checking back, Edwin. You may see it come back on the market as well, not have to pay hundreds of dollars for it. Okay, Eric, how does one set up a recurring fee in ClickFunnels with 2 different prices? So we haven't covered products yet. Remember, we'll do up to today. We've still got 2 days left. That's all I'm going to say. We've still got 2 days. And I can see a lot of questions coming up about products, about payments as well. Marnita, how do we get the site preview to show the live funnel? So as I've got it open here, you just open up your funnel and let me kill my video, or let's see if I can move these. Once you're in the page editor, okay, you'll see that up at the top here, there's a link. If I just click that, and now it's taking me to the funnel. So that's all you need to do. If for some reason, well, this funnel is in test mode, but if I was inside the page editor, so if I went in to edit that and then I made some changes and I want to see how this page looks, all I need to do is, okay, click the eye icon at the top right. It's been a long week. I can no longer tell the difference, but at the top right, the eye icon will take you to a preview and it will say you're viewing a preview of the page. There we go. Go to live page. So that should be quite straightforward to get there. And there we go. Remember, we were talking about the undo button. How can I hide things as well? Okay, so let's go there. My funnel, and then Wendy is saying my funnel site is public, but not able to post to Facebook chat. How do I post it? All we would need is the link, Wendy, but do bear in mind, we may not be able to visit your funnel individually simply because of the time constraints right here, but do post it in the Facebook group. Okay, Victoria is also asking, how do you set up the payment system? So Victoria, I'm also going to just tag you as well with some step-by-steps that you can see. I would encourage you, watch Russell's training today, and then we'll take it from there around payments. Daniel, good morning. Is it better to run ClickFunnels through Google Chrome than Safari? As a rule of thumb, for any website builder, anything that does automation, I would definitely say Google Chrome, yes. Elizabeth, do we need an autoresponder outside ClickFunnels 2.0? No, we no longer need that. ClickFunnels is going to do everything. Janetta, is there a difference between the pages and the funnel? Because every time I try to make a funnel, it creates a new page. Okay, so if you imagine like your pages would be, okay, here's my about page, here's my blog page. Those are kind of static, okay? A funnel is like where somebody can move through. So if I have so let's say on my funnel hub, my Jane Doe theme, right? That's a page. And then I would have, okay, the blog that goes to another page. But then I might have a link to my lead magnet funnel. And the reason like a funnel is like, okay, they put their email address in here and then they'll go to a thank you page. And maybe on my thank you page, I've got a link to register for a webinar, which would be another funnel. Because of course, when somebody registers for a webinar, they go to a thank you page, to a replay page, and so on. So think of your page as static and the funnel is something that somebody would move through. Lee, anything to add there? Because I think it is a really great question and one that many people are probably thinking.
No, that's perfect. Yeah. So we have a couple of questions that have been showing up. One was mostly about, first of all, the pricing. So there's a lot of questions that are coming up about pricing and how much it's going to be and how long is the trial. So like those details they'll be relayed later on during the challenge. And the trial, if you're on the trial, it's 30 days. I think that was one of the questions. The other question was, I'm picking them up from, so Susan was asking, what other software do I need to invest in? Is there any other software I am not aware I need, such as Funnel Scripts? This is a game changer.
Yeah. So as far as software, so before it would be that, okay, you could use ClickFunnels Classic to send your emails, you would need SMTP, but now you can do all your emails and things there. So I would say if you're starting out, you do not need any other software or any other platforms. You'll be able to do it all within ClickFunnels. With regard to funnel scripts, that is a business decision. So like if you're like me and, oh gosh, I'll stare at a blank screen and 4 hours later, I've maybe done a headline because I'm not a copywriter, then Funnel Scripts is really good because it will give you that first draft, because it's easier to have something in front of you and just make some light changes to it than starting from scratch. So there is a free version of Funnel Scripts. I would recommend if you go to the day 2 one-pager, you'll find at the bottom of that, create your free Funnel Scripts Lite. In there, you'll have everything that you need for the funnel. Plus, of course, you're able to see like, oh, wow, this is, it helps me create copy twice as quickly. And then you can make the decision from there. Okay. Kim, how do you organize multiple clients you're helping to build funnels for their business? Is there a way to keep both clients separately? In 2.0, is there a way to keep my funnel building business more segregated? You bet there is. So this is one of the things that Russell kept hearing over and over again about ClickFunnels Classic is, okay, we need an agency model because so many people are building funnels as their business. And of course, there was no way to do that, right? You just did everything mixed together. And this is where workspaces came in. So you can have different workspaces for different clients. So you can have your own as like workspace 1, you could add another workspace for client A, add another workspace for client B, and so on. And then it's entirely up to you if you hand over the workspace or if you're maybe maintaining the workspace and getting a fee for it. So you can totally separate your businesses. You can control teams, access, your emails, everything will be separate. Yeah. Okay, Cindy. So Cindy, I think we answered that about the theme. Hopefully that helped and you were able to move forward. Kim, would they need their own ClickFunnels 2.0 or would I manage their marketing? So if you came to the agreement that you would manage that for them for a monthly fee, they wouldn't not need their own ClickFunnels account. That you could just, if you wanted to add them as part of the team inside your account, you could, but they wouldn't have any access or visibility of your other workspaces. Plus, of course, you can control exactly what they see inside that workspace too. So you've got full control over it. Eli has also let us know, Robin Hatfield was asking, my account would not let me in to see the live, so I'm way behind. Can you tell me if the 1.0, which I was in the middle of the 14-day trial and then joined 2.0, will 2.0 allow my new funnel I just made on the ClickFunnels 1.0? So eventually there will be migration, but I think because you're still in the trial period, it sounds like you probably haven't built a ton of stuff. So what I would do is reach out to customer support, maybe transfer your trial. You'll hear that if you're in your first funnel challenge, if you're here with us, you've got a 30-day trial and build those funnel building muscles inside 2.0. So Robin, welcome, great to have you with us. Even though you're starting late, there's still time to catch up. And of course, you've got us here to help you. Zach, how would you link a phone number to a button? So all we need to do there, if I've got the funnel open, and we can do this, but essentially it's just in the settings of the button. And then you would just go on click, okay? And then you could do go to, And then here, custom action link. And then of course you would put like phone or call, whatever the shortcut code is. I don't have it at the top of my mind, but you can simply put in the command that call, put in the number, and then they would just, it does that link. So Zach, I'm going to make a note of that question because it's something really useful to know how to do. And I will maybe do like a 1-minute loom showing you exactly what that call looks like. Okay. There we go. Let's do that. Emma, question on how to view the opt-in person and page viewer under site funnel dashboard, meaning that after I put a video in my opt-in on one page or lead magnet, they opt in, and how can I open that and see the email address? So if you want to see the contacts, I think that's what you're asking is how do I see who has opted in to view? So if you look here on my screen, you'll see it's showing me, okay, these are the people, okay, that have opted in. And then I can also go to contacts. So I'm just trying to find contacts. There we go. So on the left-hand side, you'll see there's contacts, and there we go, right? These are the people that have subscribed to my list. Emma, hopefully that helps. Fiona, let's see, I asked yesterday about not being able to make my initial page live. I've managed to make it live, but it is not the page showing when I click on sites and funnels. I can find it under draft themes and then click on it to open, but can see how to set it up to appear as the first thing when I click on sites and funnels. So remember, different themes, and depending which one is live will depend on which one you see. It did appear yesterday that when you update the theme, it's not going to bring in the content as well. So do bear that in mind. So Fiona, if you're switching themes, it's not automatically. So if I put a headline of like, hi, my name is Morag in the Jane Doe theme, and then I set it to the dark theme as like my funnel hub, I would then need to go in and just like add, hi, my name is Morag. I have shown how to make it live as well, and hopefully you're able to do that, but let us know if not. Is this challenge for professionals only, or can a beginner use this challenge to become as successful as well? Absolutely. This is why it's called your first funnel. Now, we are moving quickly through the challenge simply because we've got like 5 days. There's a bonus day you might have heard of, but we're moving quite quickly. But you have the replays of the implementation sessions under guides. If you're VIP, you can go back and watch day by day. And what I would do is, if I was like trying to absorb the information, I would do that, and then I would come to an implementation session with my questions. So as a complete beginner, you're very welcome. And yes, like ask any and all questions, Wendy. Gianna, how do you have more than one website? So that would be essentially, you could build your funnels, you could have different pages that are linked to different domains. So very simple to do so there. And I think we've covered funnels and pages, but if you're stuck, do let us know. Before I continue here, Lee, anything coming through?
Yeah, so Mel had asked a question, and this was a little bit more technical about selecting what type of entity, whether it should be an LLC or what type of S Corp or C Corp. So I would say, like, for now, you don't really need a corporation, at least in the beginning, until you actually validate the idea. And then once you start generating some sales, that would be a great conversation to have either with a tax attorney or a CPA, which is a certified public accountant, to literally give you some advice on which entity would be the best to actually pick. So for now, I wouldn't even worry so much about that. But once you start growing as a business, I would definitely consult with either a tax attorney or a certified public accountant.
Great advice there. Okay, so I can see a few questions that Shane has put from Facebook. So one of them is, how do you delete a theme you don't want? So just down here, if we go to view all themes, now I'm not sure, again, because we're in beta, this is something, see what happens when you try to do this. If I click on settings, okay, or theme settings, just go there. And you'll see down at the bottom is remove theme. Okay, are you sure? Proceed. And it's still there. What I think it might be is, if you imagine, we have got like thousands of new users coming into ClickFunnels, and I wonder if just for this little bit, Like it's not possible to delete a thing just because imagine how easy it would be to delete something and then it's like, oh, I deleted my funnel hub. Like I didn't realize that. So maybe that's the reason it's not working. For now, I probably wouldn't give it too much thought. If for some reason after the challenge, it's still like, okay, I've got 20 themes and I want to delete some, do reach out to technical support and I'm sure they'll be able to help you. So great question, Pamela. And it is one I know that a few people are having. And then how can I activate each box and edit my own in each homework? So I'm guessing you're talking about the one pager. I'm just trying to think here. So is that Michelle? When you say activate each box and edit it in my homework, is that in the funnel, I wonder, or is it in the one pager? Michelle, I don't know if, I'm just looking through the questions here. It doesn't look like whether you've clarified. I guess it's probably in the funnel, but it should already, let's see. Lee, would you read that question as activating each box in the funnel? Like here.
Okay, the open one.
So it's from, yes, it's in open questions, and it's the one that Shane posted from Michelle.
Okay, let me see.
I'm just going to open up the funnel just in case it was in there, which I think it possibly
Okay,
is.
yeah, how can I activate each box and edit my own in each homework? It is not accepting it. I'm not very clear. It's not very clear. Edit my own in each homework. It is not accepting it. So Michelle, I think Michelle, if you could just clarify the question, we'll be able to better address it. You can put it on Facebook. I think I'm not sure if Michelle is here, but you can put it on Facebook. I'll check it out and see if you can just clarify a little bit on which box you're referencing.
Okay, no, I'm just going to, Michelle, simply because I'm just, in case it is the funnel, of course, you would just click edit here. And then to edit each piece of the funnel, you would just click inside it. So like here, you would just click.
Oh, she's referencing one pager. Okay.
Okay, so right, so for the one pager, the only reason as well is there's nothing on this one pager right here. We don't actually have to do any typing. As you'll see, this one pager is simply a checklist. Yeah, so you don't need to do anything to edit it in here and make it your own. What you can do is, if you want to save it at the bottom, and then just put in your email address and it will save to your account. So Michelle, hopefully that helps, but you do not need to edit the one pagers in the challenge. Okay, let's continue through here. But I'm trying to go through them. Even the questions are going so fast.
You're doing great.
So another one from Shane, from Susan from Facebook. For the test funnels we're doing, is the URL supposed to be like this? And this is where, let me just show you at the top. So where it's myname.myclickfunnels, or should it be Susan Y. Bell and then there? Okay, and that's a really good question, Susan, because yeah, you can see like one of them is like ClickFunnels and one of them is your own. It's always going to be preferable to be like this because that is your domain. And if ever you want to run Facebook ads, for example, you will need a domain. It also gives you more authority because people will know your name. They might, if they say like, oh, myclickfunnels.com, I don't want, oh, that, like they won't relate it to you necessarily. So yeah, always better to use your custom domain where possible. Yeah. Okay, so yes, even for the test funnels, put them live and use your domain, and you can always switch them later as well. We answered the question about the LLC. Diane, a popular question on the Facebook group yesterday is that if I have two business, okay, that I can create a separate workspace for each. But the question is there a separate fee for each workspace, or can I run them both on one subscription? So again, that hasn't, like pricing things there. What I would suggest is watch Russell's live today. He is going to be bringing everything together. So I imagine that maybe workspaces is one of the things as well. Like if you want to have an agency, if you want to be a funnel builder for other people, watch today and hopefully there will be clarity. And of course, Lee is going to have a session later today as well. So there we go. Let's see. Is there someone that can personally review our funnels? Not at this time. I can't rule it out though. I'll leave it there for now. Stephen, if we use two different domains on the same workspace, will the payments and contacts be different? Need to make two separate businesses. So as I understand it, if it needs to be two completely separate businesses, it would need to be two workspaces. Lee, is that your understanding too on that?
Yes, yes. So workspaces, think of it like different entities. Now you can still talk. There was another question that had come up, which was, hey, can you still run two separate funnels? You can still run separate funnels within a workspace, but if let's say you're running one entity that's completely unrelated to another entity, I think it would make sense to just have a different workspace.
Yeah, it keeps everything tidy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hi Lee, where do I check in ClickFunnels 1.0 if the lead magnet is public? So Lee, that's and ClickFunnels Classic. Wendy, the funnels were copied to the post, but not on the Facebook post. They should copy, it's just a link. Essentially, you're not copying the funnel, you're just copying the link over. Gianna, will there be a checklist area for the process of building a website, a funnel, etc.? Yes, they already are. If you go back to the one-pagers, you'll see it's a very step-by-step there. So what I would do is save the one-pagers and just follow step-by-step. If you have questions as you're doing that, let us know. Jump into the session here. Let's see. Stephen wants to only use 2.0, but during beta, can we now make working funnels and get paid, or is ClickFunnels 2.0 just for practicing? It is not just for practicing. You can make live funnels, you can get paid. Now you'll need to find the people and bring them to your funnel, but yes, you can build those live funnels. Eli is letting us know that Laura on Facebook asked, I have been trying to customize the path for my funnel so it doesn't say opt-in. It changes in our dashboard, but not when it opens a tab. Okay, Laura, I will leave that open. Hopefully I can show you. With ClickFunnels, Cozy is asking, with 2.0, I no longer need Bluehost and WordPress. Is that right? Bye-bye. Yeah, essentially, no, you don't. Valerie, is there a cap on the amount of emails to send and receive through 2.0? That we'll get the details of that in due course. So on the actual numbers there, but it's not something I had to hand right now. Theta, Funnel Scripts does not have my niche. That's the beauty of Funnel Scripts. You can just plug in your niche because it's like, okay, my ideal customer, what are they struggling with? No matter what it is you're selling, the people that are buying have a problem. Okay, your thing solves a problem. And if you say, well, I sell pens, believe it or not, they solve a problem. They help me keep notes so I don't forget. And then you get angry, like, hey, what happened to that thing you were going to do? If I'm studying for an exam, it helps me revise. Okay, so no matter what your thing is, if it's a product, if it's a service, it solves a problem, plug that into Funnel Scripts and then you'll have a result. So Theta, hopefully that helps, but again, if you have any follow-ups, let us know. Marcia, if we're already an affiliate for ClickFunnels, are we also an affiliate for 2.0 or do we have to sign up separately? You will need to sign up separately. If so, does that cancel our affiliate links for ClickFunnels 1.0? No, they're two completely different platforms, so you will need to sign up separately. Lee, I don't know, do we have the link to hand where people can sign up at this time, or will we need to
yes. I'll pull it up. I'll share it.
Thank you. Okay, Arthur is asking, so people do not put in fake email. Is there a way to have people verify their email before they get to the download? There is with different add-ons and things and bits of code, but honestly, not many people nowadays, like, well, some people do put in fake email, but to be honest, if they go to the trouble of putting in a fake email, they're not your ideal customer anyway. So when you're emailing them, they're just, that's why it's important to know your ideal customer as well, because if somebody really wants that thing, they want to hear from you too. So Arthur, it is possible to kind of weed them out by asking captchas and things like that, but you're also putting an obstacle for the people that are your genuine customers and audience. Let's see. If we build in 2.0 and then decide beta isn't, can we move over to 1.0? Two completely different platforms. You see which one you would like to work with. where can we find the separate workspaces? So I see, I'm just conscious we've got 10 minutes. So what I'll do is if I can show you, I will. If not, I'm sure it's something we will cover before the end of the challenge. Laura, okay, so optimizing the path for the funnel. Eli has just popped it in chat as well. So you can see here, I've got the funnel in front of me. And where it says opt-in 5, let's say I want to make this pumpkin, okay? So I'm going to click the 3 dots. Okay, and step settings. Okay, and that's going to open up in a second. So where it's got here, and let me just go ahead and put pumpkin. Okay, update step. And now if I go here, and don't worry about the link for now. Okay, but you can see at the top there, it says pumpkin. All right, so that's where you change it. Just click the 3 dots to the right. You'll be able to customize it there. Okay, hopefully that helps Laura and anybody else that's been trying to figure that out. Kelly, you showed the funnel settings and then the number of people who opted in. Then you showed us, you can see who opted in the contacts. But once we get going with multiple funnels, how will we know from the contacts page who opted into each funnel? Great question. And it's so important to segment your list, isn't it? Like Todd was asking, you know, how do I know who the parents are, who the coaches are? So if I've got them all in one list, but let me just show you, well, maybe, I'm not sure if it will show exactly here, but we'll go ahead and take a look. So if I click on my email address, and you'll see here, it will tell me the tags. I will be able inside the email settings to follow up. So if I had tags here, I would be able to view people in that segment. Okay. I will also be able to see things like what they bought as well. And then when it comes to email marketing, let's close this one down. Oops, sorry, my video is sitting over the top at the top here. There we go. When it goes over to marketing on the left-hand side, okay, you'll see I haven't set this up, but you'll be able, you've got sequences, you've got workflows, you have everything in there. So by the time we get to that, I'll have it set up in my account and I'm sure the others will as well. Okay, how are we doing, Lee? Just a quick check-in.
Yeah, we're doing great. Most of the questions have been answered. Let me see if there's, there was one that was asking about, let's see. There was one that was asking about photos on Facebook. I think that's the same one. Yeah.
Okay, let's bring this back. So that was Maria. I want to move a photo in a section, but the photo won't move. Let's take a look here and see. So if I go to, I'll just go into the Jane Doe theme. We'll do it in there. Okay, customize. And we'll wait for it. There we go. All right. And of course, I should have used the Jane Doe theme, shouldn't I? I forgot I switched it live. So let's just add very quickly an image in here. So let's go there. Let's add in an image. And we'll just do that. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'll just make it smaller, not that small. Okay, so the question was, I want to move it in the section, but the photo won't move. So as you can see here, you are controlled by the rows. So inside the Jane Doe theme, you've got the image on the right, and then we've got text on the left. So if I wanted to move this, okay, if I'm in my Jane Doe theme, I need to move it until I see the orange line. So if I wanted to move it down there, okay, you can see it's gone there. So you do, the key with moving images is just make sure you've got the orange line. So that's one thing. The other thing, without knowing exactly where you want to move it to, you mentioned like, I want to move it in a section. You can move it between sections, just grab the crossbars there and just move to the section. So it is drag and drop. You do not need to delete it, but just make sure there is a space in that section where you can drop it to. So Maria, without knowing like exactly which image, like I'm just assuming it's like the headline image, the one at the top, but if it's something else, just let us know and we can perhaps cover that. Okay. Mark, how many funnels can you have in one workspace? I'm confused because I want to build funnels for clients. So again, I don't think at this time the numbers have been like confirmed, nailed down. It's probably going to be a lot. Like knowing Russell, like if you've used ClickFunnels Classic, you can, I've never reached my limit of funnels in there, and I build a lot of funnels. So I'm going to imagine that with 2.0, it's probably going to be even more than that. So I would say wait until the numbers are released, but I couldn't imagine that being a problem. Okay, can you have multiple workspaces in one account? Absolutely, you can, and it's the perfect way to manage lots of different clients. Okay, let's see. So we've got 5 minutes here. Lee, anything that I should cover?
Yeah, so a couple of questions that came up was one was about funnel scripts. Is it always going to be free? Or is that going to be, is that going to change?
Okay.
And then, yeah, I believe it's still, I'm not sure. I think it should be free. There's a free version, and then there's one where you can definitely upload. So I think you'll still have access to that. And then there was another question by Alfredo, who's saying he's in VIP, but he's still feeling like he's still way far behind, and was wondering if there's any way he can learn more about building funnels. So you can check out help.clickfunnels.com, help.myclickfunnels.com for version 2.0, and then help.clickfunnels.com for version 1.0.
Perfect. And hopefully that helps them. And don't forget, if you're feeling at the moment like everything, I was like, how does my funnel hub connect to my lead magnet, to my Facebook ad that we did yesterday? Like today's session, if you look at it's all about bringing it all together. Like until now, you've done the pieces, and today it's like we'll connect them up together. At the moment, we've got the pieces all kind of separate. We'll be bringing it together today. As you can see, tomorrow is going to be, and there have been a lot of questions about this today, about emails, about your list, about segmentation. That's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Okay, so I think, Arthur, unfortunately, we can't show you right now how to set up that second workspace, but hopefully we'll get a chance before the challenge is done. All right, so I think we are good for today. Any questions before we wrap up? We've got about 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, I think we should be good. And then if we didn't answer your question, just remember there's also an afternoon session. So I'll be back in the afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. So not to worry, we'll try and answer as many questions as possible. So we'll now just log off because we're about to dive into, and then Russell's about to go live. And then if you have any questions or we didn't get around your question, just remember there's also a second session today.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Lee, very much for being here and keeping up with the chat for me. Also, Eli as well, who's been managing Facebook, and of course, Shane and Jen, who always do a great job keeping us, like making sure we don't miss anything. So thank you to all of you. And of course, thank you to everyone who's given their time to be here. And we will catch you later. All right. Bye for now.
Bye.